Both guys, in my opinion, have a legitimate beef when they don't make the All-Star team.
Perkins could be certainly one of the top 3 defensive centers in the NBA, and he's been a good, solid offensive player. In fact, leads the NBA in field goal percentage. That shot blocked by Bynum. Nice timing. Bryant on the pull-up, puts it in again. He's got a little bit of a limp as he goes back down the court.
The thing about Bryant guarding Rondo on one end, it's a cross match in transition, so that time Rondo had to pick him up, and Bryant was able to easily shoot over the smaller Rondo.
Nice move from Garnett. Kevin Garnett missed the 11 games with that hyperextended knee. Of course, had the surgery last year. They're 5-6 without him. It goes without saying just how important is he for this team and their title chances. Fisher draws the foul on Allen. And he'll go to the line for 2. His foot is on the line as Tony Allen picks up his first.
That's his first personal 3rd team foul.
Let's watch the way he lands. Again, the ankle, the leg, the finger. He's had some back spasms.
You know, the interesting thing on that replay is to take the pressure away from the left ankle, he lands strictly on the right foot. I mean, how many guys are able to talk about the adjustment he made in shooting the basketball with the finger problems, and here he's making another adjustment because of the ankle.
And that's why we're going to let him get away with a carry, because he's so banged up. We're not going to call the carry on him.
It's the second free throw.
It's a trade-off.
Good spot, Coach.
That's probably the first time you've ever included yourself in the referee fraternity. You said we're not going to call a carry?
I refereed the other day, as a matter of fact. So
moving screen on Perkins. That's his second. So foul trouble for some key guys for both teams. A lot of whistles early because we've had a chippy start even before the opening tip. Perkins has 2. Pierce has 2. Artest has 2. Lakers by 3. Frigid temperatures in Boston on a cold Sunday afternoon where the Lakers lead the Celtics 13-10, just past the midway point of the first. This week they announced the All-Stars. Of course, the starters were voted in by the fans. Allen Iverson still popular. Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Kevin Garnett, and Dwight Howard rounding out the starting 5. And then the coaches voted for the reserves in the Eastern Conference. And a bunch of first-timers, which is always a neat thing, including Rajon Rondo. Paul Pierce going back for the 8th time. Derrick Rose, Gerald Wallace, and Al Horford will all make their first All-Star appearance. All right, guys. Any problems with the All-Star reserves?
I have no problems with the Eastern Conference All-Star reserves. You know, a guy like Steven Jackson doing an outstanding job in Charlotte. You take one guy and they pick Gerald Wallace, but I have no problems in the East.
And as far as the reserves, I think Shaquille O'Neal, I think there should be a second player from Cleveland. I wasn't sold that that move was a good move, but I think he's given him a physical toughness, a way to get people into the penalty. It's a difficult matchup for the teams like Atlanta, Orlando, and Boston. I think it's a good move. I think he should have been there.
Cavs with the best record in the NBA, but only one All-Star. Last year, of course, Mo Williams made it. Rondo pulls up for the jumper, way off the mark. And Bynum, who's been active early, grabs that. And
I think also Jamal Crawford should have gotten heavy consideration. He's had a heck of a year.
Crawford right now the leading contender for 6th man. He has been just superb. He helped them beat the Celtics the other day in his first year with the Hawks. Bryant again. We talked so much about the finger. He's 3 for 3 from the field. And it's an 8-point lead for the Lakers.
Well, you can't play better D than Tony Allen just did. Extended him, denied, and then contested. Just better offense by Bryant.
Another turnover. That's already number 5 for the Celtics. It's a problem for them. Gasol gets hit and a foul. And just like that, a 13-2 run for LA. They're up by double figures.
Well, to me, the Celtics have 2 issues besides health. The first one is turnovers. They're a very high turnover team. Lakers very good finish in transition. Good solid play by Fisher. Gasol's got great hands, great speed, terrific finish. And then the second problem they have is they're at a negative rebounding differential. They have dropped from being a very good rebounding team to a very below average rebounding team, and that's very critical.
Doc Rivers said that was his #1 concern. The other one, he said, was a sense of urgency. He feels that this team is waiting a little bit and needs to gear it up. They're not right now a 48-minute team. Eddie House off the bench. Won't go. Ray Allen the long rebound.
You know, that sense of urgency is a big problem because you're talking about a team that's been successful. The problem could be waiting on things to turn around instead of forcing things to turn around by your energy and effort and passion.
Bryant inside to Bynum. And Bynum able to finish. How about Bynum start? 8 points, 3 boards, and a block shot.
And his problem has been only when he's played with Gasol. When Gasol's been out, he's been a dominant player. It's been staying involved even when Gasol is healthy and playing.
Nice move from Kevin Garnett, who wanted a foul. It's Garnett's second field goal. Garnett's all-star selection, number 13 for him. And he continues to come back from that right knee problem. Wallace poked it away. Here's Tony Allen. Lost the handle, got it back, lost it again. 6 turnovers for the Celtics. They're 5th worst in the NBA at turning the ball over. They do it at 15.5 per game.
And that play Rasheed Wallace made to deflect the entry pass is the exact problem he gave Orlando trouble with getting the ball to Dwight Howard earlier in the week. He was a tremendous matchup problem for Howard just catching the ball in the entry.
Bryant to Gasol. Shot clock down to 7. Gasol with the left hand flips it up. Soft touch. Lakers have made their last 7 shots from the field. Now we have a foul away from the ball. Wallace and Gasol are going to get technicals. Now they go face to face. Very chippy start here.
Yeah, but I like that by Pau Gasol. Understand what the scout report says. You're going to be tried and tested. When that moment occurs, then you respond because you're being watched. So the Boston Celtics are doing their job. The history on Gasol is he's soft. So try to bang him up and beat him up. But you have got to respond to give your team a chance to win a ball game.
Now the personal foul was on Gasol, and then double technicals on Gasol and Rasheed Wallace.
Now the interesting thing is you don't just respond off of making a basket. Have the same type of body language when things aren't going well and you're tested.
Garnett calling for it. On the pull-up, Kevin Garnett. 3 for 4 from the field for Garnett. Lakers lead cut to 10. Lakers, one of the better defensive teams this year, as Bynum throws it down, and Bynum has come to play here in the opening period.
Well, Garnett was talking the whole way down the court after he scored against Bynum, and that's the way you respond.
10 points already for Andrew Bynum. About the Celtics, they're shooting 58% from the field. They're down 26-14. It's because the turnovers are killing them. Allen for 3. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining. Hot shooting by the Lakers right now. Allen all over Fisher. Trying to tip the ball around and throws it away. Fisher thought he got bumped. Good defense from Ray Allen. Tony Allen to Ray Allen. That's a 3.
They haven't shot the 3 as well this year as they have in previous years, Ray Allen included.
And a timeout call by the Lakers, who have made their last 8 shots from the field.
And it's a beautiful thing. You talk about the question marks. Well, the guys have not only shown up, but they're also showing out early in this ball game. Pau Gasol running the floor. The beautiful drop-off pass by Derek Fisher gets the basket and the foul. And then Kobe Bryant knocking down shots early. Lakers on a 19-6 run.
Superb start for the Lakers. A 12-point lead. This, again, the 7th game of an 8-game road trip. And so far, they're 4-2 on the trip. Tough loss in Cleveland. They wanted that one. Then they beat the Knicks. A last-second loss to the Raptors. And then victories over Washington, Indiana, and Philadelphia. And while they were in Washington, D.C., a special day as the 2009 NBA champions got to meet President Obama. A long ceremony. A lot of not only the players, but front office people and family got there, presenting them with the jersey and the ball.